Hey, what's up guys, Adam here, and in this video I'm going to be talking iPad 2 versus iPad 3, giving a bit of my opinion on the iPad 3, including whether or not it's going to be worth it to hold off and wait for the iPad 3 or just upgrade now to the iPad 2. So guys, the iPad 2 was of course unveiled earlier this week by Apple, and in my opinion it's a fairly large upgrade from the iPad first generation. Now I do have an entire video talking about the iPad 1 versus iPad 2, which I'll link in the description in case you missed that video. But briefly, the iPad 2 is now a lot faster, a lot thinner, and it now has 2 cameras. Now with that said, those are some pretty big upgrades in my opinion. There are some things, however, that I think Apple will address with the iPad 3 that are missing with the iPad 2. Now first off, the screen resolution from the iPad 1 to iPad 2 stayed exactly the same. No doubt in my mind says the iPad 3 will have a resolution bump and maybe even a retina display. Now next off, the RAM on the iPad 2 is supposedly either 256 megabytes or 512 megabytes. Apple didn't officially announce the RAM amount, but most people are saying it's certainly not 1 gigabyte. Now most competitors to the iPad have at least 1 gigabyte of RAM, so the iPad 3 will most likely have a RAM boost. Now next up, the iPad 2's cameras are not very good at all. The front-facing camera is only VGA resolution, and the back-facing camera is only 720p. Now with this said, similar competitors to the iPad 2, other tablets, have 2 to 3 megapixel front-facing cameras and 5 megapixel 1080p back-facing cameras. Finally, there's no 4G models of the iPad 2, only 3G models. This could definitely be a big problem for some people if you are really looking forward to having a 4G tablet, but definitely I expect that with the iPad 3 to have some 4G models available. So guys, with that said, there are some improvements definitely coming our way with the iPad 3. However, I have to say that in my opinion, I have no problem recommending the iPad 2 right now if you're interested in purchasing an iPad. Every year with Apple, there's always going to be some sort of upgrades with their products that will leave you somewhat disappointed that you just bought the previous version of the product. But for the iPad 2, this is definitely a special case. This was a significant upgrade in my opinion. So guys, that's it for my opinion on the iPad 2 versus iPad 3. Definitely let me know what you guys think. And if this video helped you out, make sure to leave a like rating. It really helps me out. Thanks a lot for watching.